sales managers spend an awful lot of time telling their salespeople, did you get that guy in the CRM? Oh, yeah, he gave me his first name and his email address. Hey, what about that guy who was just out on the lot? And salespeople, we spend all this time trying to get the information from our salespeople to get from the customer. The problem is when the customer's out on the lot, it's a little awkward when I say, hey, what is your last name, Sean? Great to meet you. And you're like, hey, Sean, what's your home address? Hey, Sean, by the way, what's the best phone number to reach you at if somehow you fall over in this conversation and I need to call you? Like, so I look at these things and I was like, okay, let's figure out how to let the customer onboard themselves at the dealership. So we figured we could give every salesperson their own personalized QR code. They just need to hold it up to the customer while they go off to get the keys and the tag for, let's say, a test drive. Customer can onboard themselves. And now with technology and our partnership with Equifax, we can actually either one of three things happen. Once they hit that QR code, it auto understands who that customer is. It already knows. And it goes, hey, I think I found you. I just sent a code to your phone. Plug it into this messaging point. And you plug it in, and then it's going to show, hey, this is Sean Rains. Here's your address. I already verified your phone number. Update your email address and hit go. So now I have all this great data that auto goes to CRM. So that's the happy path. The still happy path is it goes, I didn't see you, or I don't think I have you complete. Plug in your phone. It pings your phone and does the same process. And why we did the phone was pairing your identity to your device is absolutely, we believe, one of the best forms to ID you, because your device has history with you. You've had the same SIM card, the same number for 1, 5, 10, 20, in my case, 25 years, right? And it's a very important thing so we wanted to do that, but we also wanted to ensure that we got all the data into the CRM. And we hinged all this on a bias of, if I ask you belly to belly for information, you are hesitant to give me that information because your brain goes, why do you need that information? But when a computer asks you, we fill in those forms all day, every day. We'll just confirm them. And there's been tons of research around this. So we wanted to leverage how humans behave in this process. And we wanted to streamline it, because it's awkward when I have to ask you for your information and I'm not at my computer to plug it in. So worst case, sales guys are plugging it into their personal device. Terrible. From an FTC standpoint and liability standpoint, because the dealer doesn't have access to that device legally. So we wanted to automate onboarding up front, and we've been able to do that. And I think that not only helps the data onboarding and getting the right data in the CRM, where I don't have to ask the salespeople anymore, did you get them in the CRM? By having that complete profile in the CRM, it allows your downstream retargeting, remarketing to be far more efficient. So where you may have only gotten a first name and an email, now look, at 75%, we're delivering their full legal name, their home address, phone number we already have, an email address. So having that increases your retargeting capabilities, kind of gets clean data going in. And that clean data to us, we looked all the way downstream to say, well, if you're a dealer or a group and you're thinking about one of these like customer data platforms and warehousing the data, you need to start way back at the beginning for that tool to be effective way down there. You have to onboard clean data up front. So for us, we kind of, again, went all the way back to the beginning and said, we need a way that will automate onboarding, make it super easy that the salesperson literally just has to hold his phone out like a Heisman Trophy and say, here, Mr. Customer, scan this. I'm going to get your keys, or I'm going to get the keys and the tag. You can onboard yourself. It'll ask you for your ID, and you go through that process. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Takes less than a minute to do that. You can verify the customer. All that data goes to the CRM. And in the dealership on the desk, they have your ID of whether it's verified or not. So for us, that's the future, right? We want to create that, as I said, minimum friction to the consumer, maximum protection for the dealership, and try to pull the salespeople out of that process to deliver that result.